Hey, what's up? Mark here from WayCoolNews.net, bringing you another very exciting toy review for Mattel's Movie Master Dark Knight Rises Alfred Pennyworth figure. On the front of the packaging, featured at the top along with the title Dark Knight Rises, is the Batman logo. Alfred comes housed inside a blister bubble that resembles the spikes of armor from Batman's arm gauntlets, as well as the mesh type material that is used throughout Batman's body armor. The edge work on the card also recreates the same hook-like shapes of Batman's gauntlets, as well as some jaggedy concrete-like ones near the top. At the bottom of the packaging, we see that the figure is a part of the Movie Masters line, as well as Alfred Pennyworth's name. Below that is a widening ray of light that exclaims the inclusion of the Collect and Connect piece, telling us that it is a part of the buildable bat signal projector. On the back of the packaging is a guide or checklist that highlights each Collect and Connect piece, showcasing a complete bat signal projector. Alongside that, we see the other available figures for this first Dark Knight Rises wave. Shown is Batman, Bane, and our Alfred Pennyworth figure. Tireless valet, assistant, confidant, and surrogate father, Alfred Pennyworth, Batman and Bruce Wayne's most faithful and reliable aide, comes dressed in an appropriate suit attire. The jacket is made from the same pliable plastic that we've seen in the Bane figure's jacket as well. The flexibility of this plastic allows a wider range of motion from the articulation. If they had used that solid, harder plastic, then Alfred would be more than likely to be closer to a statue than an action figure. The sculpting on the jacket and the suit overall, for that matter, look great. They're perfectly fitted for Alfred's body, and there isn't any weird distorted proportions. There's a few little additions to detail in the suit, with some wrinkling in the pants and on the back between the shoulder blades. The suit appears to be all one dark color. It might just be a shade lighter than true black. At one point I thought there might have been a little bit of shading in the suit, but I think it was actually just an area where the coat of paint was a tad bit thin. Underneath Alfred's jacket, he's sporting a white dress shirt. It too comes with a little bit of wrinkling near the collar and the button area. Alfred comes wearing a black tie speckled with gray. So now let's talk about the head sculpt for this figure. Overall, there's a fair amount of likeness of Sir Michael Caine, who plays Alfred in the film. But I'll be honest, it's not perfect. However, I'm willing to go out on a limb and put the blame for the head's shortcomings on the paint applications. The skin tone looks a tad too tan, unless of course during the film, which I have not seen yet, Alfred decides to get more sun. Another thing as well as the paint application of the pupils in the eyes. They're not quite centered and it just seems a little too close together. It comes off looking a little wonky. I wondered if it was just my figure, but after a small investigation, it appears as if it shows up in all of the Alfred figures. The gray of Alfred's hair has a good amount of shading in it, utilizing a light gray and a darker gray. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at the articulation now for this Alfred figure. Starting at the head, he utilizes a ball joint, so he can get a full 360 degrees rotation, as well as a little bit of a head nod up and down. He can do a little bit of a tilt back and forth, so he can talk smack, and he can be like, girl, He can also swivel at the top of the shoulder, and what's amazing to me is that he can go this outward motion here. By far, he has the most range of motion out of the whole wave of figures. Now, if you look at Bane here, Bane can go about parallel to the floor. That's the best he can do. Batman, because of the shoulder armor right here, he can go even less than that. But Alfred, wow, I mean the butler here, he's outdoing both of them. Look at that. It's amazing. Now right below the shoulder, he gets this swivel all the way around, and he gets a bend at the elbow and a rotation, little swivel here at the wrist. It's a little difficult just with the shape of the sleeve. Now let's go inside his jacket here. He has this little ab crunch. Now I don't know what you're going to use it for. I mean, he's a butler, but he's got amazing articulation. So he can get back to thinking about getting in shape, because now he can do crunches and all sorts of stuff. Jacket hinders it just a tad, but I mean, he can, I guess you can make him look older if you wanted to. Put a cane in there and make him look older or something. I don't know. So at the top of the leg, he can go back and forth. Jacket hinders it as well right there in the backward motion. But going forth, he's okay. He can do kind of a outward motion here. Oh, that looks painful. He has a swivel right above the knee, so you can go all the way around. And he can bend at the knee. And he can bend at the ankle. But I am really amazed how articulated Alfred is. I mean, is that crazy or what? That this is a really animated figure. I mean, you can do so many crazy things with this. I mean, you can make him breakdance if you wanted to. Look at that. That's pretty amazing. I mean, I don't know what kind of things you're going to do with your Alfred. You could even set him up in like a wedding scene or something. Make him dance or something at like a reception. But yeah, it's ridiculous how much articulation came out of Alfred. I don't even find a lot of superhero figures this articulated. Gotta say, with Alfred, I'm impressed. Overall, it's an okay figure, but it has some room for improvement. One particular area to boast about, though, is the articulation. It is oddly baffling at how articulated Alfred is. Alfred comes with the articulation similar to a DC Universe Classics figure. You can do so many dynamic poses with him. The only thing about it is, Alfred really doesn't do anything that requires this much articulation. Being Bruce Wayne's confidant doesn't really require a whole lot of action. I suppose if you're a customizer and are looking for a very articulated suited body, then this is perfect. However, at a price point of $16 and up, it's a little bit expensive for custom fodder. Mattel did make a savvy business decision when they chose to pair Alfred up with one of the most important pieces of the Collect and Connect Bat Signal projector. You can find Alfred, Batman, and Bane at your local major retailers starting on May 27th of this year. Be sure to check out our other Dark Knight Rises reviews featuring Batman and Bane, and for more great toy reviews, subscribe to us here on YouTube. For WayCoolNews.net, I'm Mark, and this has been another Way Cool review.